All right, everybody, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show the incredibly fabulous Michael Musto. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Let me introduce you around. First, we got our cool, outrageous man about town, Ron Russell.
Hi, I've never had you.
Maybe in 1906.
Why are you thanking me?
I didn't thank you. I just sat here.
Then we've got the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Hey, Michael, pleasure to have you. Welcome.
Oh, it's nice to be had.
And then we
see that? I knew it. I knew it.
Then we have a chat room full of people, so say hello to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, chat room.
There
Let's
you
keep it
go.
clean.
We don't have to keep
we
it
never
clean.
keep it clean. This show is
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, listen, I saw you at, what do you call its party? Aaron's party. Didn't I see you at Aaron's party down in the village?
No, it wasn't Aaron's. It was Randy.
Whose party?
Randy from the Village People's where you met him.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
don't know. Randy Rhodes? What's Randy's last name? I forgot.
No, Randy Jones.
Jones.
Right,
There you go.
Right.
Randy Rhodes. What is this? The early onset Alzheimer's show?
Yeah, Randy.
Honey,
Randy Rhodes is Ozzy Osbourne.
I got news for you.
It's actually not that early. No.
Listen. I built New York. I'm 76 years old, and I used to lay the cobblestones down in Greenwich Village.
Well, I threw the first brick at Stonewall. I was on the Titanic, and I signed the Declaration of Independence.
I was also at Stonewall, but not that incident, but a different incident.
I was there the other night. It's fabulous.
Did you throw any bricks?
No, I didn't get drunk. I don't drink.
So, good for you.
I don't drink
now, wait,
either.
Michael, you got to clear something up. I said to Jimmy that you had a TV show where you critiqued movies, I believe. Was it right?
Well, yes, I'm on the Logo channel, which is the gay channel. Big surprise.
Right.
And it's called Cocktails and Classics. We sit around and watch Valley of the Dolls and Mommy Dearest, and we make fun of them and celebrate them and act them out.
And I love that show. I've seen it a couple of times, and I really do love it. It's a funny show. You know what it is? It's olden day gay high camp. Remember high camp of my day? I'm from the 60s, late 50s, early 60s when I was young. And camp was the thing. We used to tease each other like, Miss Thing, Mei Ling, get over here, Mary, shit like that. Today, the gays don't do that because they think it's faggy. They all want to be
Well,
butch.
back then, we didn't have rights. You're talking about even before the Stonewall riot.
Oh, way before.
It was very underground. It was exciting to be gay, but it was very dangerous. And gay people needed lingo and other things like that to bond and to find each other. Now you just go on Grindr and you find each other.
No, now they all...
He doesn't know what that is.
No, I don't. Now they all want to be butch. They have beards. They wear jeans. They wear
beard.
Wait, they wear engineer shoes. They wear plaid shirts. They walk around. I don't say those fairy things. And
Well, those are the lesbians.
Wait a minute. Wait. Then you get these guys.
No, but now they want to assimilate. Everybody wants to assimilate. We want our place at the table. We have equal rights. It's important to keep a little difference.
But wait a minute.
I don't want to be like everybody else.
Talking about these butch flannel shirt guys, you get them home, they throw their legs up so high they make holes in the ceiling. I mean, give me a break.
Everybody's pretending to be so macho, no femmes, no fats. And then they're the first ones to throw their legs in the air.
In my day, when we used to go to a gay bar called the Fawn down in the village, the bottom girls would look pretty with flower shirts, and the butch tops would wear jackets. So at least when you met, you knew who was who. You didn't have to say, are we Kai Queens or what? What's going to be here? So
well, everybody's versatile now, but versatile basically means they're bottoms. They're all bottoms. And they're all like porn stars. If you ever do have sex with these people, which I never do, they're all porn stars. They're very acrobatic, and they're very experienced. It's like, where did they learn this stuff?
That's funny. Oh, we gotta love it.
Yeah, well, everybody, our very dear friend who also is, if I can remember.
Oh, Eileen.
Eileen Shapiro.
Yeah.
I love Eileen Shapiro. She said that you're a great interview and you're a lot of fun, and she was 100% right, Michael.
Thank you. I love Eileen. Yeah, she worked for Get Out. Get Out magazine is one of the few gay magazines left in New York as far as the bar magazines.
Yes.
Next magazine folded, and things are changing.
Get Out magazine. I actually worked with Mike Todd in Florida. Yeah. We worked together for 7 years at a retail establishment, a big retail establishment in Florida, and then he left to come up to New York, and I'm super happy that it's all going so well for him. And we were actually We were like one of the cover people last year. I forgot what month, but like in
I
September
like
we were on
anybody
the
who's
cover.
named after one of Liz Taylor's husbands.
Yeah.
What do you say?
He likes anything named after one of Liz Taylor's husbands.
Well, that's every name.
So let's tell everybody a
Could
little
be
bit more.
anybody, yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know who you are, let's just give
Yeah.
give a few credential things for you. First of all, you
Well,
wrote.
let me say something that he won't say. There is society in New York's gay world, and I would say that Michael is probably one of the leaders of that society.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. Well, I've always celebrated the gays, LGBT, the underdog, the outcast. To me, those are the celebrities of New York.
Well, you in doing so, you became one of the highest celebrities in New York, aside from me, of course.
We're about
Michael's
equal.
not
We're about
laughing. Michael's not laughing.
Well, no, I don't think you're any less successful than I am. I'm not that. This is the top of the social ladder. I don't think so.
No,
but
when I lived in Manhattan, I impersonated Jane Russell, and I was all over the city, all over every poster, every brick wall, every abandoned building had my poster on it.
No, I like it though. So
from Little Rock.
Right.
Let me tell people a little bit about you. First of all, you're very well known for your writing. You wrote for the Village Voice for 29 years. I think now you still write for the Village Voice now too, don't you?
3 years ago I was laid off, but now there's a new owner who cares about the Voice, is not sleazy. He's pumping money into it, and I'm back as a correspondent. So things are good there.
Good for you.
We need you back.
You
Michael.
write for Out.com.
Yes, I have a weekly column, Musto the Musical.
And I read you because we get out because of Jimmy's friend.
And then because of Jimmy's friend.
Well, we
then
don't pay for it. It's free anyway, but he sends it to us.
Then you have he writes for you write for Paper Magazine. You're a pop culture commentator on CNN. I like all the pop culture stuff, and you do logos, cocktails, and classics,
which is something that everybody's got to watch. Watch it once. I guarantee you'll be watching it all the time. It's addictive.
And you're an actor.
Wait. They are so funny on that show, and the way they camp and go. It's like years ago. It's a fabulous show, folks.
Oh, thank you.
So we also had the cast of Vamp Bikers Trace on the other day, or like a couple weeks ago, I guess before Christmas. And so I know you're kind of like an actor because I went on your IMDb, and for someone who doesn't identify so much as an actor, you have a lot of credits.
Well, they cast me in this movie. It's the third part of a trilogy. It's like The Godfather or Lord of the Rings, but it's Vampires 3. And I play Hedda Hopper, and I think I'm better than Helen Mirren as Hedda Hopper. I really do. And halfway through the filming, I remembered, Hedda Hopper wore hats. I should start wearing some
she wore crazy
chapeaux.
hats.
So the first half of the movie, you might not see me in a hat. But we had fun, and then I started singing with Screaming Rachel and Kay Von Zandt, this club promoter, as a scene for the movie, which mercifully didn't get in. But we were singing I Love the Nightlife. And Rachel was like, "Oh, you can actually sing." And I was like, "Yeah, I used to have a band. It was called Michael Musto and the Mud. It was fashioned after Diana Ross and the Supremes. And we used to sing old Motown songs in a campy gay manner."
How come I missed that? What year was that?
That was from like 1980 to 85.
Oh, that's because I was already out of that scene.
You were on drugs.
I was into old age.
You were at Betty Ford.
No, I wasn't at Betty Ford. But I was just into a whole different world. But were you around in the late 60s? In gay world?
I was in school and I wasn't out yet. I was a kid, you know.
Oh, see that?
I went to Columbia in the 70s, and then when I came out of the closet with a vengeance. And
so you missed the really great gay people. There were some fabulous gay people around. The drag queens were supreme in those days because they didn't look like idiots or clowns. They looked like real women, and they performed in their own voices. They didn't lip sync. So the shows were fabulous down at the Club 82. You've heard of the 82, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, you have to.
But back then, I mean, it was so oppressive to be LGBT that a lot of the drag queens were trying to pass as women. They were going for realness because they were living the fantasy. They wanted to escape who they were. Drag now, like I say, we're more accepted. Drag queen is now more performance art. They're dressed like clowns because they're putting on a show. It's not just trying to pass for a woman.
Yeah, but for me, it's lost the art of drag because drag was supposed. When you did, what show did we do? Town and Country in Brooklyn was a big, fabulous nightclub. And I was one of the boy-girl dancers because I was very young and very skinny and very pretty. And I didn't like it because at the end of the show, we had to unhook our bras to show people that we were flat-chested men. That's how good the performers were. And that was the thing. They'd throw in 2 or 3 real women, and the audience would have to guess who the gay guys are and who the women are. And they sometimes Never did. It was always they thought the guy. So the art of drag to me
They
is
do that on The View. They do that on The View.
Oh
No, I'm
yeah, they
kidding.
do. No, they did that on some show before. I've seen that before though, where they did that.
Guess which
well,
one is the
it's an
real
old
one?
act. You know, Gypsy lives out in Palm Springs, and I lived in Palm Springs. You remember Gypsy, the famous Gypsy? No, he
No.
doesn't. Oh, you don't know Gypsy? She's made many movies with Anne Bancroft in To Be or Not to Be or whatever that was called. She's a great, great drag, and she's back performing at 82 years old. And I'll tell you, she looks more like a woman now than she ever has because she shrank, she got wrinkled, and she looks like an old broad trying to look sexy. So, no, it's a wonderful,
She
you know.
should move to Boca Raton.
Yes, that's where we're from.
No,
I
no, no,
love
no.
Soul
Palm,
Legend. I
Palm
love
Springs
Soul
is
Legend.
Palm Springs is
I'm friends with Flawless Sabrina, who was the MC in the movie The Queen. Remember the famous legendary documentary
sure,
about
Yes.
of course I do.
Actually, you've been in a lot of like kind of legendary documentaries yourself, because like
I'm in every documentary.
you're in that. I couldn't believe
You're
how
an
many.
icon in
But
that.
like
Because I know
you're-
everything, because I was there for everything from disco to act up activism era, and I'm sober and I remember everything. And everyone else is gone, or they're in a loony bin, or they can't remember anything.
Well, Party Monster
that
was a
comes
great
with age.
documentary, and you're in I Am Divine, and that was a great documentary. And
Yeah.
I knew Divine.
The guy who did I Am Divine, Jeffrey Schwartz, is doing a movie about Alan Carr, who was the famous producer. I'm in that as well.
there
He
you
was
go.
Did you ever meet
for
Divine?
Captain.
Did you
Sorry?
ever meet Divine?
Oh yeah, I met Divine.
I met
Yeah.
him many times, out of
He was
drag.
a little bitter. He was a little bitter.
Well, she was a nasty bitch when she drank. You know,
I mean, she wasn't all peaches and cream. She had an edge.
No, she had an edge, as so did what's his name, who was a very dear friend of mine. Oh Jesus Christ, my dear friend. Here we go, Alzheimer time. Oh my God.
We'll skip it and come back. Just
Oh,
think about
I
it.
hate when this happens. I cross
Give me-
thoughts. I cross.
Clue. Give me a clue.
Paul
Let's go
Lynde-
back.
Paul
Andy
Lynde.
Jones was the cowboy from the
No,
Village People.
Paul Lynde.
Yeah.
Circle.
Wait.
That.
I taught the cha-cha to Paul Lynde in a gay bar
Wow.
called, it was out in the Village. It was called Red Door, Glass Door, somebody's door. And Paul Lynde used to hang out there after he did Bye Bye Birdie on Broadway. And he picked up my friend Pat Catrone. And he took Pat back to California. And he broke a big crystal ashtray on Pat's head. Because when he was drunk, he was vicious. Now,
That's
the
what the
rumor
closet
that he
do to
threw
you.
that queen, wait, he threw some queen off a terrace and killed her. That rumor went out, and they said that the queen committed suicide. But we know the real truth. Paul Lynde was in his rage and threw her off the balcony. So you got to be careful with some of these crazy people.
On an airplane, on airplanes, if a baby was crying, he would threaten the mother, like, if you don't shut that baby up, I will literally strangle them to death. He was a bitter, bitter queen. He made Divine look like Julie Andrews.
Oh, but you know what? You know
He made
what?
Divine look
I
like
know,
Julie
I know, I know.
Andrews.
But you know what? When Paul was sober, you could adore him. I flew to Las Vegas with him. We sat next to each other, and I said, Paul, what if you didn't become successful as you are? What would you have done? Oh, I would open a pizzeria. I said, that's your ambition? Oh, yes, pizza. I love pizza. I would definitely open a pizzeria. That was his whole comment about what about
He was
your life?
hilarious.
So besides all these,
Bewitched is the show that turned me gay, pretty much, because he and everybody else on that show were so gay and so campy.
wait, which show was that?
Bewitched.
Oh yes, Bewitched.
You know, I
He
knew
would
him. I
fish
knew him
around that
before
show.
Bewitched.
Agnes Moorehead was like a drag queen, you know.
I
He
knew
loves all that.
I knew him when he started off. He started off in a lot of the clubs in the Village back in the late 50s. And then he got Bye Bye Birdie, and that's what gave him that whole shtick that he did.
Ron's like the TCM person because
Yeah.
for many years in
I love
LA,
that. That's my favorite channel.
in LA, when he lived in LA for 4 years on Time Warner, he had a TV show called Set the Record Straight where he interviewed all the legends of Hollywood, and Jane Russell
Yeah.
was like his best friend. So
Yeah.
he's like friends with all those.
the legends. I
all
mean,
those legend
Lauren Bacall was
Well,
fabulous.
the worst thing in Bye Bye Birdie is he's singing Kids, which is the song that made him a star. He's
Exactly.
hilarious. And then they cut to, like, Maureen Stapleton or somebody else singing Kids. And it's
Right.
like, stick the camera on Paul Lynde and don't move it.
Right.
This is magic. This is magic.
So now, so now you're singing also. So you sang in Vampire Vamp Biker Trace. It got cut out, but now you're like back to singing again because you have a new single that I didn't see it on iTunes because I was wondering if we could promote it for people to buy it, but I didn't see it.
It's on SoundCloud. It's on SoundCloud for free.
Okay, so it's on SoundCloud, which we're gonna play it off of SoundCloud. So you have a song. It's called "I Got Your Back," written and produced by Tyler Stone. Based, I think in something that you sent me or I read online, it said based on like your idea. So tell us what the idea is, and Chad will get it kind of ready. And after you tell us, we'll let you introduce it and we'll play it.
Well, Screaming Rachel, who I sang with in that movie, is the head of Trax Records from Chicago. It's a house record company. So she said, "Why don't I set you up with somebody and make a single out of it?" And I said, "Well, how about Tyler Stone, who works for Trax Records?" I actually got him his contract there. So I told Tyler I'd love to do a song sort of in theme about how I got you back. And he said, "Great, I got you back. That's it." And it's sort of like Umbrella by Rihanna, that type of message of like, I'm there for you no matter what. I don't feel that way about anybody, but it's just a song. And he came up with this kind of reggae flavored melody, which I thought was really cool. And I recorded it with him.
Now, Michael, Jimmy and I are legally married. Jimmy and I got legally married 4 years ago, and we're very happy a married gay couple. Now tell me about your romantic life.
Wait, no, we're going to play the song.
No, I want to first hear about his romance, then we'll play the song.
I don't
It's a
date.
good segue.
I do not date. I don't have a boyfriend. I don't even have a pet or a potted plant. I can barely take care of myself. So I don't want any added responsibility. I'm very happy to be single. I'm like Mary Richards on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
I know, but I would think tons of guys would hit on you because you're good looking
They're all drunk. They're horrible sociopathic drunks who jump on you in a nightclub because they think you're famous. Oh, I saw you on TV. That's not good boyfriend material.
Well,
That's
and you go out a lot, though, because I wrote down that you're the 7-time Glam Award winner for Best Nightlife Writer, and to know what's going on in nightlife, you'd have to actually go. And so you're out a lot.
I have more awards than Meryl Streep.
So hang on, Chad.
Yes, sir.
Do you have the link available to play the song?
Yes, we do.
All right, so Michael, you introduce it, and then hang on, we're going to play it for everybody.
This is my new single, I Got Your Back. It's very light. It's very enjoyable. I hope you like it.
I'm sure we will. Too bad there's nobody you got back.
I know. I got to work on that.
I don't know if they can
go blonde. Everybody loves blondes because they think you're cheap and stupid.
I wonder if Chad just.
They already did it with me.
They love that. Men love stupid. Look, Jimmy married me.
That's why I'm single.
Because you're not stupid.
Oh, so we can't hear it because he's playing it for everybody and he blocked us all off. So
good. Then we can talk privately to Michael.
That's good.
Good.
Okay.
So Michael, you don't have time to do shit. You're always busy going. If you had a lover, how could you have a lover?
That's another thing.
You'd have no time to give him. I mean, what would you give him? You're going to sit home by a fire?
They would have to follow me to bars and everything. Then they get addicted to that lifestyle, seriously. Like at first they don't care, and then they get addicted to the fabulosity of the nightlife, and that becomes a problem.
That's why you have to go to 55 and over areas and get some old bag that's ready to die. That'll make a nice companion.
Yes, and get in their will.
We should use that one when we go back on the air. That's a good one.
To get the will, you gotta love it.
We're going Thursday night to a big event, the Adamant thing. Are you going?
Oh, Eileen worships Adamant.
Yeah, that's why we're going.
That's why we're going for Eileen. She wants to blow him.
I was so happy for her when she got to talk to him.
Oh, she's crazy about him. So she's coming in from Long Island to Philadelphia.
With Aaron. You know Aaron too, right? I'm sure you met Aaron because she's with Eileen a lot.
I think
he's with Eileen. Aaron,
I could have sworn you were at Aaron's party.
No.
At the Monster.
No, Aaron was at the party.
No, I saw Michael twice somewhere in the last month or so. We saw him two thing functions that we went to that he went. Well, now that we know each other, we'll come up.
Do you know Aaron, the guy who was in the boy band Worlds Apart? Now I forgot his last name. Isn't that terrible? He's a singer. He's does a lot of gay music. He's kind of like a light-skinned black guy, real good looking.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's how we saw you the first time. Was we were with him and you were walking around, and then we were at Randy's party.
Oh yeah, he performed at one of the pageants.
That's him. Okay, so he and Eileen are coming to Pennsylvania tomorrow. We're going to go see Adam.
And we're going
and the Glam Skanks, because the Glam Skanks are opening for them, and we had them on our show. They're like a punk rock band, and it's three girls and a guy, and they do kind of like punk rocky kind of music. But the lead girl and its dad is Bruce Wickham from the Bruce Wickham from Vampire that Johnny Depp band. I forgot, Vampire or whatever they're called.
There's a band there.
No, that's the music. Now we're hearing part of it. I don't know.
There you go,
So-
Michael
so-
Musto.
There
Your
you
back.
go, everybody.
There you
I got
go.
your back by
Hey.
Michael Musto, and if you guys,
What'd you think? What'd you think?
there you go.
I think it was great. And you know what? If you had somebody that went away, they'd come back because of that song.
Well, you know what?
That
I'm
would be
better
I
than
want you back. This is I want your back. I've got your back.
No, but I changed it to "I Want You Back." I
That's
want him to
Michael
change
Jackson.
the lyric. I want
Oh
him,
yeah, that's Michael Jackson.
I want him to
But
change
you know what?
it
I'm
back.
already better than Mariah Carey because I can actually sing live.
No, but Michael,
I saw a
I'm one
tweet
up
that
on
you
her.
did like that. That said
Michael, the lyric would be so much more interesting if it were "I want you back so I could torture you more."
Well, then you get a lawsuit from the Jackson family who will do anything to make another buck.
that. Make another
Right,
dollar. You're right. That was
Criminalize.
great.
In fact, supposedly Latoya, when he died, she came with a bag to look for the cash under the rug.
You
But
know,
God bless.
I never met Michael Jackson, and I'm kind of sorry now that I never met him. I don't know why. I never really liked him, but he was good. I liked his Thriller.
Yeah, it
What-
was
what'd you
Well,
fun.
he
think
was
of
just a
Michael
hologram.
Jackson?
You couldn't really meet him. He was a hologram.
Like Tupac.
He didn't really exist.
But Michael, what did you think of Michael Jackson?
I thought he was a brilliant talent. I think as a person, he was problematic. But it's all because he had that horrible childhood with that horribly abusive father.
Right. And most young kids get that way.
It's like similarly, Whitney Houston didn't have parents that encouraged her to be who she was.
Right.
So
It's
hold on.
sad what
Hang
how
on.
people
Let's go back though.
manipulate young talent. You know, it's very sad.
Let's tell everybody if you want to hear more. I got your back, you guys. It's free on SoundCloud. You can probably just search on SoundCloud Michael Musto. I got your back. If you can't find it, add Tyler Stone in there. For sure, you'll find it.
And please tell your local DJs to play it. So, I want to see people dancing. I want this to be like the old days, American Bandstand, where people say, it's got a good beat. I can dance to it.
There you go.
It's got a groovy beat.
I think that's so funny, though, that Mariah Carey thing. I think Get Out Magazine or somebody actually wrote that, right? That you can actually sing? Because I saw that on Twitter someplace.
Well, I said that. Yeah.
Oh, you said it.
Well, I'm a pro. If I'm on stage and the backup track, quote, backup track, which is actually the main vocal track, goes out, I can keep the show going. Jimmy Fallon on the Golden Globes, he wasn't happy when the prompter wasn't working, but he kept talking.
Yes.
That's what you do. The show goes on. You're the one up there responsible.
Yeah, we were laughing our asses off with the whole because I actually am a big Mariah Carey fan. I have to say I'm a big fan, but the fact that she was just there and
it was terrible. It was embarrassing. It was awful. Good for her that she kept it up. But I could
didn't
see
keep it up though. She could have been singing along.
She just stood there. What do you mean she kept it up?
Well, she kept it up by making believe she was doing something by spinning around and not speaking when the voice was singing. But at least she didn't.
She was talking with the dog notes. I call them the dog notes.
Yeah,
Only
but
dogs
she didn't stand there and say, "You motherfuckers, who did this to me?" She could have done that as well. She has quite a temper.
She got on stage to say that.
I think I would have respected her better had she said that than to stand there like a fool spinning around naked. I mean, she's fat. What is she doing with that outfit on her? I mean, some
denial is not just the river in Egypt.
I mean,
I was always wondering though if other people think she's fat too, because I think she's heavy. I don't think she's not like obese.
According to today's standards, she's fat. You look at New York City, all the kids we see, right, Michael? There's pencils. They're emaciated.
Except for the people coming to visit the city.
That's an eating disorder. I think fat is okay as long as your health is okay. But what I don't approve of is denial, where they don't realize they might have a problem. Yeah, and they're still wearing the gap from 20 years ago.
I just saw the concert last month of, here we go again, Ron. Oh, Ron, I don't know why I work anymore. I really have to go into a home. I really do, where they wipe my ass and change my pee-pee diaper and feed me my pablum. I'm at that
Jimmy
stage.
doesn't do that? Jimmy doesn't do that for you?
No.
Every day.
No, actually not. What I love, my favorite one.
Wendy Moten, I don't know.
No, the famous star. The old lady, she's 76 like me. She's still singing in Paris.
He likes Tina Turner.
Tina Turner. What's wrong with me today? You know what it is? I had an injury in my hand, and I was on medication. And the medication's got me like a little weird.
He's still on it. He's still coming off of it.
Tina Turner was absolutely stunning. Her body was great. Her moves were great. Did you see the concert in Holland?
Oh, I love her.
She just did Holland, and I want to meet her before I croak. I would love to have Tina on our show as an interview. She doesn't do interviews. And I asked somebody that knows her well, and this is not going to be mean saying, but I'm going to say it. They said she's not very bright. that she's lovely. No, she's lovely, but she doesn't have a good vocabulary, and she's sort of uneducated and not bright. And I said, what does that mean? That means when you talk to her, you have to be very simplistic. You know, that she's kind of like an ordinary person with a great talent. I love her to death. Tina, if you hear this, I think you're brilliant. You do it for me, babe.
So let's talk a little bit, since you're going into the music field. So is there an anticipation of maybe you're going to do like an EP or a full album of different songs?
Apparently, we are indeed doing an album this went over pretty well, so we're doing the whole album. I don't know what that means.
Is that hot stuff? See, it never ends, Michael.
It'll probably be free on SoundCloud. I don't even know. We're just giving it away.
That's okay.
Like
it's fun.
Well, wait a second. When you become famous, you'll get your 99 cents. And that adds up to a lot of money. We know singers that sell. I said to Jimmy originally, when I heard 99 cents, how much money could they make? And Jimmy said, well, if a couple of million people buy it at 99 cents, that's a couple of
you gotta
$1 million.
Get the gay army out to, like,
oh, yeah,
to buy it for you. That's 10% of the population. Maybe you'll sell like 80 million copies.
I'll tell you one thing I'm going to do, and he's in our chat room right now. Is Drew King. We're bringing Michael's music to Palm Springs, and we're going to play it in all of our gay clubs. And wow. I want Lisa Lauren. She's gorgeous. But now this is a drag. Liz Lauren is gorgeous. She's an old drag queen. She's almost my age. I mean, she was here with Columbus.
She looks like Sophia Loren.
She looks like Sophia Loren. She is the most stunning drag queen you will ever see. Her clothes, everything. Couture. And she's gorgeous. And we're going to have Liz introduce it.
There you
to
go.
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs is where the old gays go to die, so they're going to love it.
No, we don't go there to die. We go there to pick up the 21-year-olds that give us life.
Yeah, they give you life support.
Yeah.
Well, while we're groping their, But no, anyway,
let's go back to the music.
You're wrong about Palm Springs. It used to be that way. Now it's changed. It's become really the newest place to go. For the Obamas to choose it to be their vacation spot, I guess it has to be something great. They could have gone anywhere in the world. Unfortunately, they never got there because the winds of Palm Springs, could blow you away forever, blow the skin right off your bones. They couldn't land in Palm Springs, so they had to go somewhere else. But Palm Springs is going to be, in 10 years, one of the greatest places to be. It's on its way.
It's fun. So go back to the music, though. I want to go back to the music. So who are some of the contemporary, people, what if you were sitting around right now and you were going to be listening to popular music, what would you be listening to?
I like Lady Gaga, obviously. I think she's supremely talented, and I think she's smart to, spread her range around and try acting in all different things. That's very wise at this point.
We love her.
I love Adele.
There you go.
Yes, Adele.
I'm a little tired of the song where she's calling up some guy and apologizing that 20 years ago she was mean to him or whatever. It gets a little tiresome. Like, you would think he would just hang up.
I like the When We Were Young song better.
Well, I'm worried that now that she's happy and has a baby, the songs aren't going to be quite as biting. It's just going to, everything's great.
Yeah,
nobody
that's true.
But Michael, what do you think of rap? Heavy duty rap, like hood rap?
I like rap a lot. I think there's a lot of brilliance in it. I don't like some of the misogyny and the homophobia. I always battle that. I wish I could say that somebody like Eminem wasn't a hater, but he works all that shit into his music.
I know.
Absolutely.
He's brilliant. I won't deny his brilliance and his charisma.
But wait, who's a rapper? He doesn't like rapper. I like rap. Who's a rapper?
Wait, excuse me. I don't call rap singing. It's speaking. Don't call it singing. When they say, "Oh well, my new song," it's not a song. It's speaking. There's a difference.
I don't agree, but anyway,
no,
tell me.
Well, it has background music. It does have background music.
You mentioned Julie Andrews. She sang.
She's a rapper.
I couldn't see Julie Andrews rapping.
DJ Julie Andrews, MC Julie Andrews.
No, who's a rapper that you?
Well, the original rapper was Robert Preston. We got Trouble in River City. That was the original rap.
But Jimmy's not right, because there are some rappers that I do like. Like, I like the rapper, what's his name? Drew what?
Drew Ross.
Drew Ross. He's really good.
Who's a famous rapper that you kind of like?
Well, this is a nightmare that you're asking me about current hip hop. I'm not really the expert on that.
Oh no, it doesn't. They don't have to be current.
Neither am I.
I like Big Daddy Kane. I liked old Cool
I
J.
loved. His name was Warren G. He was my favorite.
Regulators.
And, way back in the day, I liked Sugar Hill Gang. They were like the first
let's
It was the
really have
first
a
rap
fun.
hit record, and it was just cute. There was no yo bitch, yo ho. It was just
No, I
like
like
mine.
that
No,
too.
I was one day in my car, I had the top down, okay? And there was a car next to me blasting it. And the car was going up and down, by the way. The guy made the wheels go up and down in tune with the music. And one lyric was, I'm going to get you. I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to slit you, bitch. You have it. Go on, another man with me. I'm going to cut you. I mean, I thought, what in the hell was that? He's telling her how he's going to murder her in his
It
song.
sounds a little hostile.
Well,
Yeah, it's a little
it was called, what do you call those rappers?
It was gangster rap.
Gangster rap, which is really for the birds. Now let's go on the other end of the system, the whatever.
Sugar Hill Game,
Wait,
Rapper's
wait.
Delight. I mean, that's like the greatest song ever. I know all the lyrics,
Silence, my dear.
and I like Marky Mark.
Listen, what did you think of Johnny Mathis?
How did we go from gangster rap to Johnny Mathis? That's
I'm a Gemini, and Geminis do two things in each personality. What did you think of Peggy Lee and Johnny Mathis and Doris
love
Day?
Peggy Lee. And Peggy Lee was such a weird bird. I met her. There was such a surreal weirdness about her, a glow that she wasn't of this planet. And she was sexy without being pretty in a way.
Well,
she radiated that sex appeal, that Fever song. Everyone's tried to imitate it. Madonna did a cover of it.
Nobody could do
Nobody
it.
could come close. Nobody could come close
No,
to
it's hers.
what Peggy did with it. Johnny Mathis, something about his voice was so amazing.
I know
and
him.
I hate Christmas and Christmas songs, but I love hearing him do like Winter Wonderland. That's classic, classic, classic.
You know, I shouldn't say this because I don't out anybody. How am I going to do this delicately?
No, you don't out anybody.
I don't want to out Johnny Mathis.
Oh, what a shock that would be.
Yeah, right. But
that's like outing Liberace.
Yeah, right. But wait a minute. Wait. Johnny Mathis is so kind, so soft, so gentle, so dear, that when you're with him, he's not singing, but his personality and his voice is his music. I've never experienced that with anybody, and I know a lot of people.
He was the top male star of that era, and Connie Francis was the top female star. I love Connie Francis.
Yeah, I know her well from Florida. Joseph did her hair for years down in Florida, Joseph of New York, and he told me she was going to be at one of his parties. So I went to his house for the party, and I met her, and she was a mess, a total mental mess.
Well, she battled mental illness. She was raped. She's really been through hell.
Yeah, she flipped out. No, she's gone with the wind. There's nothing left of her. Nothing. Unfortunately, because she had a wonderful voice.
I just love her. I love her.
Oh, she was very sweet.
And my other favorite is Nancy Sinatra, who's a friend of mine.
Well, I don't know Nancy. And
she follows me on Twitter.
The boots are meant for walking. Cute song.
So let's go real quick to Oscars. We're almost out of time. Let's go to Oscar predictions because, like almost everybody you predicted, like got an Oscar nom. So what's the inside scoop? That's just because you follow it so closely. Because way to go. I mean, that was pretty great.
I actually see all the movies, and then I actually listen to the buzz, and I did very well. Got 3 out of 4 right, basically. La La Land is obviously going to win Best Picture.
Oh, that's
bittersweet musical. It's not as good as the old musicals, like Singing in the Rain, but somehow
he couldn't stand it. He was like, I thought it had moments.
You know what?
It really divides people. It's sort of like Donald Trump, where everyone you talk to is like, ugh, and then it wins. You know?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't compare Trump to this musical, but La La Land, miscast, number 1. There are many actors and actresses out there who can dance, who are just as beautiful, who should have been selected. I found the dancing to be less than professional. It looked like a straight guy trying to dance. It didn't have the flair that gay men have or dancers have. As far as the whole story, that story, my dear, has been done since 1932 with Irene Dunne. And then it was done again by Barbara Stanwyck. So everybody and their mother has done that bullshit about the girl with the boy and the whatever. I know that because of my background in Golden Age film. As far as the film went, I found it to be something that my age won't like because we know the good. But the young kids of today that don't watch Turner Classic Movies and they don't know the Singing in the Rain, they will love it and they will vote for it because to them it's modern, it's new, and it's fun.
I thought it had moments. It has some good moments.
But those moments are corny and old.
It did have some enchanting things.
They don't play those moments.
But I don't think gay people are lining up. It's making a lot of money, but it's a straight date movie. It's for straight couples.
Absolutely.
And it's for people who don't know the history of musicals. Because we know that with Gene Kelly and Judy Garland, this would have been better.
Please, Judy Garland. How dare you even mention that name? I mean, bow, my dear. Bow. I mean, oh, Judy Garland, who the hell could ever, even Debbie, who I knew Debbie Reynolds. I never met Carrie, isn't this funny? And I said to Debbie, the next time we have lunch, invite Carrie, I'd like to meet her. And Jimmy Wright, this was a couple of months ago, and then the both of them died. I was devastated. Debbie Reynolds was absolutely a gem, a sweetie pie, a crazy bitch with a dirty mouth and fun to be with, full of energy.
Wait, go back to the Oscars.
Anyway,
though.
Judy Garland.
She cussed like a sailor. She did cuss like a
Oh,
sailor.
yes.
Debbie Reynolds.
Singing in the Rain was not up for Best Picture, but La La Land's gonna win.
The
So
first
go
time I met Debbie
Wait,
Reynolds.
that's for musical though. What's the other
No,
category?
the Oscar they only have the one category. It's not like the Golden Globes. They put musical and drama all
Oh,
together.
they put it together, but then there's like 10 nominations or something, right?
There's nine. There's nine. And the good
Okay.
thing this year is they have 3 black movies, whereas remember last year they left out black people totally.
Yeah,
Oh, now
I'm
it's,
over
yeah,
that.
it's all
We have-
political. Now,
yeah.
getting back to Debbie Reynolds, I was in a stretch limo that a friend of mine owned, and we were outside on Sunset Boulevard of the restaurant where Joan Rivers used to go to try out her stuff. And this was a night that Joan Rivers would invite people and do her comedy. And Debbie Reynolds went, and I was in the limo waiting for friends to come. Suddenly, the limo door opens up, and she said, "My fucking feet are killing me. Move over." And who is it but Debbie Reynolds? So I start to laugh. I said, my, what language? She said, why, you never said fuck in your life before? So I said, many times. She said, okay, so let's fuck a little. And then we just kept it up and had the fun. Finally, she said, you know what? I'm going to go home. Would you guys take me home? So I asked my friend, of course, who was in awe of Debbie Reynolds, and he said, oh, sure, I'll tell my chauffeur. So he told his chauffeur where to go, the address. And when we got up there, she said, would you like to come in? And my friend, the stupid bastard who owned the limo, said, oh, no, I have to go home because my lover gets off work now. He's a waiter. I said to myself, Ron, kill yourself now. Just shoot yourself. I mean, we could have gone into Debbie's. Anyway, Jane Russell was dear friends with Debbie Reynolds, and I was dear friends with Jane. So Jane was putting on a benefit, and she had me call Debbie to come into the benefit, and that's how Debbie and I started our friendship. Lovely, lovely, multi-talented, fabulous lady, but still not Judy Garland. Judy had a magic that no one can define. She didn't sing really well. Her voice broke.
Wait, let's go to you because he's like name dropping. So who do you have like a certain celebrity that's your like favorite celebrity that you've gotten to meet?
Nancy Sinatra, he said.
Well, I go with the old. Well, yeah, but I go with the really old. Like Diana Ross is my idol.
Okay.
She's such a bitch.
She sparkles. She sparkles. I don't care.
Like
She's such a bitch. You know what she
I
did?
don't care. I don't care.
Okay, keep
Wait,
going.
wait, you know the Townhouse Gay Bar?
Well, that's for older men, but yes, I do know it.
Okay. you don't know the stunts that she pulled outside of that gay bar years ago. She's not a nice.
Not years, like 30 years ago.
Well, and we were all young. It wasn't old men.
Okay, I don't care. I worship
Diana
her.
Ross, you were. I actually, I'm probably one of the only people on the planet who liked that movie Double Platinum, that got panned and nobody liked it. But I thought it was great, and the songs in it are great.
I love anything with Brandy. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
good.
No. Diana Ross. Here's the tragedy. Diana Ross did "Lady Sings the Blues"
and did not win the award.
She was brilliant. Well, Berry Gordy over promoted her. Liza won that year for Cabaret, which was a great performance.
But she was fabulous.
We just watched. That was on TV last night. Or
she was. I watched that.
No, but think about it. She only had 2 more films. I'm not counting TV movies, but a feature film. She only had 2 more after that. She had The Wiz, Mahogany and The Wiz.
Yes.
So something's not right with the way she has run her career. She should have been a movie star.
No, you know what it is? Nobody that knows or likes her. If you're not a fan of the club, you don't win. That's the thing. If everybody out there loves you in Hollywood, then you win. She's not a fan because she made it very obvious that she didn't like black people by marrying white. And, black people felt that way. And she was just, I don't know, politically insane or something.
I don't think marrying outside your race is a repudiation to your race. I think people are.
I know.
There's a movie out called Loving
Jimmy and
about
I have
mixed
many
and how
black.
they battle the law for their right to be a mixed race couple. You fall in love with a person.
That's true.
But wait a second. Jimmy and I have many black clients, and we have dearly loving black friends, and they have said that Diana Ross wishes she was white. That's their feelings. They can have their feelings. I think maybe possibly 2, yes. Black people want to keep their culture. They want to keep their being. And the minute they start to go our way, they resent them. And I agree with that because a lot of people don't like these white boys that imitate black boys. And the black people don't like the white ones that do it
Actually-
either. So we're really not that wonderful as far as black and white goes. We still have some issues that we have to get rid of.
We have to work out.
Yeah, we have to work
Well,
these
I
issues
never
out.
said I liked her as a person, but when I met her, she was. I love her as an icon, but when I did meet her, she was extremely charming and delightful. Of course, it was a
good.
press
I
event.
believe it.
I
I
believe
believe it.
that,
But
too.
she should have won the Oscar for Lady Sings the Blues. Her performance outdid Liza Minnelli's. Liza
Well, she
just,
blamed Barry Gordy. He over promoted her, and people got sick of it.
I don't care what it was. We watched the film last night, and again, I sat there like it was for the first time, and I said, "My God,
I had never seen it. I
can
thought it was
this
great.
can this woman act? Can
And she sang her own interpretation of Billie Holiday. She didn't do an imitation. It was great.
It was a fabulous movie. She was stupendous.
Okay,
in
who's
it.
another one though? Give us
I'm
another
sorry,
one.
Diana didn't do it.
Who's
Well,
another
I've
one
never
of your-
gotten to meet Meryl Streep, but obviously she's my number one actress of all time, except for Betty Davis.
Oh,
And,
he knew
Betty.
Betty.
I knew
I
Betty.
fantasize
I knew Betty well.
meeting Meryl Streep, just having witty banter with her. But sometimes it's better to just stand there. I've been like 2 feet away from Meryl Streep, and sometimes it's better to keep up the mystery and just say, let me not demystify this. Let me keep her as a separate icon.
Well, that's how it was with Betty Davis. If you saw Now Voyager, you saw the most elegant woman, why ask for the moon with the stars, all that bullshit she did
Charlotte
with that
Bale.
enunciating the T's and just speaking like a lady. And the first time I met Betty Davis, her mouth was dirtier than Debbie Reynolds. And she was as common could be.
Well, in Now
she
Voyager,
burped-
Charlotte Vale goes
she
through a
thought
whole
nothing of- she
makeover.
thought
So
nothing
Betty
of-
was like,
Wait,
Betty was Charlotte Vale before the makeover, basically.
Right. Betty thought nothing of burping.
Wait, go back. What? Do you have like a favorite classic film or like a favorite like Turner Classic Movie film that you like watch every time it comes on?
Well, two of my favorites are All About Eve and Sunset Boulevard, and I can't believe they were the same year because they're basically the same.
Choice.
They're flip sides of the same movie about an aging woman in show business whose life is falling apart. And I actually like Sunset Boulevard a little bit better than All About Eve because it's so twisted and dark. Gloria Swanson is brilliant. She should have won the Oscar.
All About Eve was Betty Davis's best film. I asked her that. And I said, what was the drawbacks of that film? Because I read some stuff, Betty, I don't know if it's true, about Gary and you. She said, are you meaning he wanted to marry Margot Channing, but he married Betty Davis? I said, exactly. He was so disappointed. He met her on that film and fell madly in love with her as Margot Channing. Then he married her and they moved up to Maine to a house near a lighthouse where Betty wore sailor caps upside down, no makeup, big baggy t-shirts and short pants and sneakers. Only lipstick. And she would walk around the house burping and drinking and cursing. And Gary Merrill was so disappointed that he didn't marry Margot Channing. Fasten your safety belts. It's going to be a bumpy night. That Betty he wanted. That happens a lot in Hollywood. Who else? There was another one, a sex symbol.
He should have married Thelma Ritter.
I have news for you. She probably looked better. Because when I knew Betty, she was old and she didn't look so good.
So hold on, we got it because we're gonna run out of time. So first of all, everybody, this is Michael Musto. Please go on SoundCloud and plug in "I Got Your Back" by Michael Musto and Tyler Stone. Listen to the song. It's probably can you download it on there or you don't know? Can you download
I think
it? From...
so. It's "Your" with a U-R because it's totally illiterate.
Yes.
I got your back.
I got your back, so it's URBACK. You can follow Michael on Twitter. He's Mikey Musto at Mike MIKEYMUSTO on Twitter. And do you have anything like coming up that you want us to plug real quick?
My butthole, I guess. I don't know.
Butthole. Very quick. I love that.
Just really, honestly, I'm on out.com, papermag.com. I'm in the New York Times style section. I'm on Logo, Cocktails and Classics. Check me out on Facebook. And I do write funny tweets. I have great Facebook posts. So I'm a good person to follow until I block your ass.
Well, we're going to follow you right into Central Park.
Oh, the rambles, yes.
Into the brambles.
That's terrible.
Michael,
All right.
you're everything that Eileen said you were. You're funny. You're terrific.
An asshole.
No. And the next time I see you, I'm going to hug you and talk to you because now I know you.
Okay, guys. It's really been delightful to talk to you. All my best.
Thanks so much,
Bye-bye,
Michael. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Fun guy,
Nice
guy.
fella. Very nice guy. Nice fella.
So everybody follow Mikey Musto on Twitter. It's a lot of fun. Hey, Chad.
Twitter, yes, sir.
Let's do a quick music break.
You're around the show, baby.
All right, so we got the Stoles.
Could I
Getaway.
make an announcement before we go to the music break?
Yes.
Okay. If you're home and you're alone and you're bored and you want to do something, my suggestion is to pick up my husband's book. Jimmy Starr has written a book, and it's called The Beaumonts. Now, Jimmy doesn't brag, but I haven't any memory, so I'm going to let Jimmy tell you all about this book.
Hey everybody, it's the Beaumonts, the Kentucky Bourbon series. It's the first book in a series of books that we're looking to turn into a soap opera similar to a Dallas or a Dynasty. It's very, very cool. It's got all positive reviews on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and you can get it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble in Kindle edition or physical editions. As you can see, here's a physical one. And if you've gotten the book and you've read it, please leave a review, because as you guys know, everything goes by reviews, and you need 50 reviews on Amazon before they take a notice to you. So please check it out and read it. It's a lot of fun.
And if it does become a TV series, I will have a part in the series. Why? Because I sleep with the producer.
The writer.
And the writer. And that always gets you a part in films.
All right, so